party people. So my video a few days ago with advice to trophy hunters, at the end of the video I say I wouldn't be surprised, so to speak, of PlayStation doing something about the situation with easy platinums being out of control. I must have jinxed it. I don't, courtesy of George. He was a streamer, but now once a streamer, always a streamer. So he'll be back. But for now, he informed me of this. I'll admit, at first I thought this was fake news. The link to the article is in the description. I'm not gonna show it on my screen now because I'm kind of paranoid about copyright stuff. But it's from dex.exe.com. I didn't have time to look up whether this is a credible website or not. It looks like it is, but it's just interesting to me that they got the scoop, the inside scoop on what happened. I don't know, maybe they have connections, right? So I'm going to read this to you guys. PlayStation bans shovelware and easy platinum games on the PlayStation Store. The recent wave of reskin games is finally coming to an end. Alright, PlayStation has sent out a dev letter to all its developers noting that shovelware, games that are reskinned, non-games, and games just made to give people a platinum trophy are going to be either shadow banned or delisted, with a chance that the developer is being banned from publishing any more games. When I first read that, I asked myself, are the Ratalaika games, are they shovelware? Because for the most part, every game is different, like to a pretty noticeable extent. Like, these are actual games that I beat one of them the other day by accident because I missed one of the trophies, so I had to go back. I mean, it was an okay game. It was a different game. So does that qualify as shovelware? I don't know. So something like the jumping whatever food item, one jumping food item, that's shovelware. Dude, are we starting to get the difference between like an easy game versus shovelware that's also easy? Did you guys get what I'm saying here? Okay. So the letter itself, it's also screenshotted here on their website. Definition: SIE, Sony Interactive Entertainment, strives to ensure that customers can search and discover the full breadth of experience on PlayStation, and that partners have a fair means of being discovered. When partners oversaturate or quote-unquote spam PlayStation Store with many variants of the same type of content, it can negatively impact both the customer and partner experience. Partner requirements and allowances. When SIE reviews the content submitted to PlayStation Store, products that have the following characteristics are identified as spam or repetitive content. Products whose functionality and or assets are copied or are not meaningfully different from products already published on PlayStation Store, irrespective of the publisher or record. Multiple concepts and product variants published by individual partners that have duplicative functionality or experiences differentiated only by minor variances of functionality or assets. Where possible, partners should consider aggregating small, similar content experiences into a single product, using in-game commerce to expand or extend the experience. That sounds like a request for cash money right there, as I'm saying. As an example, supplying different trophies for each product is not enough to differentiate content. No more jumping, no more journey, no more nitro, no more turbo. For me personally, it's bittersweet. But as long as they don't touch my existing platinums, I don't give a shit. Because I would love to start playing real games again. But I'm just saying, like, I wish I made it to 2000 before they did this. I don't know when they're going to implement it, but, according to this fucking letter dated November 21st, 2022, which is basically still today at the time of shooting this video, I'm a little concerned what's going to happen to my platinums, to be entirely honest. I have at least 1,500 easy platinums. At least are some of them repetitive and reproduced. I mean, most of those came in from platinums, maybe 1,500 to right now 19 whatever. So if I lost the reproduced and reskinned repetitive easy platinums out there, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be a big deal. I probably still have around 1,600, 1,700. I don't know, man. But as we continue on, an anonymous source has sent us the following information that was included in the dev letter. In the letter, Sony PlayStation states, okay, is this quoting what I just read in the letter? If any of the devs break these things mentioned above in the letter, Sony PlayStation has said the following in that letter about the actions in place. Content or partners have found to have breached policy may be subject to the following enforcement actions. Content excluded from PlayStation Store merchandising. Discoverability on PlayStation Store is restricted. Content does not feature automatic merchandising placements, such as a new releases strand. So the shovelware won't even appear in the new releases, like I showed you guys only a fucking couple of days ago. This just made that video irrelevant. Content delisted from PlayStation Store. Content is not searchable and can only be accessed via direct link on web and mobile stores. Impact on cert ops process. Content is not permitted to proceed publication until policy violations are rectified. Review slot availability is affected. Content takedown. Content is removed from PlayStation Store until policy violations are rectified. PlayStation partners account suspension or termination. Multiple rejections or takedowns may result in the suspension or eventual termination of a partner's PlayStation Partners account. Suspension limits the ability to submit and publish new content. Existing published content can remain on PlayStation Store if that content complies with SIE policies. Termination of an account results in the removal of all content from PlayStation Store. What do you think of this ban? This is just a conclusion of this article. Did you play any of the shovelware games, or are you happy to see these games being removed? Please let us know on Twitter, blah, 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 blah. Why the trophy system was broken. I'm probably not going to read that, but I already know why the trophy system is broken. Come on now. Everybody knows why the trophy system is broken. Ranking your platinums, featuring your platinums, organizing your fucking trophies. That, in my opinion, that's why the trophy system is broken. I mean, that's just my opinion, but among other things, of course. But those are my personal, they're up there. So to conclude, it doesn't say when they're going to start implementing this. I imagine it would take some decent amount of time, but then again, with the amount of employees at PlayStation or SIE, it's what are we talking about here? The shovelware games, only the shovelware easy platinums, not all the other different easy platinums, but the shovelware games, right? Should we all be scrambling to buy all the shovelware games before they're taken off the store? That's up to you guys. I mean, you probably won't see this video until the day after, but it might be a good idea to do that. I mean, if you have the cash money, the hard drive space, if you're really trying to expand your number of platinums, I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, right? But just blame me. Just put all the blame on me, like Akon. you get that reference, kudos. Just put the blame on me, right? And just say that I jinxed this whole thing. I know it's weird for a trophy hunter to say, right, that the easy platinum situation is out of control. Let me put it this way. In my opinion, this is my opinion. You might think differently about me, but you might not know that much about me. But I'm a gamer first, and a trophy hunter second. Alright, guys. I don't know what's gonna happen. In all honesty, I mean, I when it comes to PlayStation, you know, besides the game or whatever, but like right now, I am at a loss for words. I didn't think it was gonna happen this quick, but like in my opinion, everybody should have known something like this was gonna happen. I'm thinking about buying all the stroke games, like Stroke the Spider, stroke the Dog, or whatever. But what's the point at this point? It is completely bittersweet. I mean, we're seeing an end to whatever you want to call it with platinum trophies, and we're seeing a beginning to, I want to say, diversity, but you can't limit the options. That's not diversity. You're not expanding. I don't know, guys. I mean, like, I'm sorry that I jinxed this. I'm sorry. Alright, as you can see, or as I said, this dex.dxe.com, I'll put the link in the description, but basically the hyperlink says PlayStation bans shovelware and easy platinum games on the PlayStation Store. Just to summarize it up in the hyperlink right there, the website address. Alright, guys, get some sleep. It's gonna be interesting next couple of weeks. I'm assuming that's how long it's gonna take, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Relax. Not the end of the world. I think people are gonna make too big a deal out of this. This is like minuscule. Like, how many of the shovelware games are repetitive ones, like Jumping, Turbo, Nitro? Like, how many ones are there really? Okay, PS5 and PS4, right? 100? I don't know. 200? 300 at most? I don't know. The shovelware ones, not just easy platinums. Like, I can't stress that enough. That are actual games. Alright. Take care of yourselves and each other, guys. I apologize once again. I'm sorry. Blame it on me.